Hello my friends, and welcome back to another video. My name is Amanda and welcome to my kitchen. And in the spirit of fall, I thought it was responsible of me to do an apple themed video because I don't know about you, but I'm team apple. I think pumpkin's overrated and it's just spices anyway. So I wanted to focus this video on apples, and the first video, one of two, is going to be focused on apple beverages. So that's what we're gonna get into today. I just wanted to have like one for food and one for beverages just to kind of give it its full justice because yay team apple. So if you're new here, I just wanted to say thanks for clicking on this video. And if you like this video and my content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. So let's get into these apple themed drinks. So we're gonna start off by making our apple pie spice, which is just a mixture of cinnamon, nutmeg, and cardamom. I know there's a ton of recipes out there, so you could really use the spices that you enjoy most. But for this mixture, I'm using 4 tablespoons of cinnamon powder, 2 tablespoons of nutmeg, and 1 tablespoon of cardamom. We're adding that all into a jar and then giving it a good mix or shake or stir, whatever you would like. And this is really going to be the base for all of our recipes. You could definitely just use cinnamon, but this spices it up quite a bit. All right, my friends, so for our first apple themed beverage, we are making shortcut apple cider, or maybe technically more accurate term would be a spiced apple juice. So all we're gonna need is some apple juice, some apple pie spice, and a little baby slow cooker. You can also do this on the stove if you don't have that. I will leave full instructions in the description box below. So first thing we're gonna do is get our slow cooker ready, and I'm making just a small batch of this, but you can definitely up the recipe, but I'm just making it for myself today. So I'm doing 2 cups of no sugar added natural apple juice, and then 1/2 of a teaspoon of our apple pie spice. And if you don't have apple pie spice or don't wanna make apple pie spice, you could honestly just use cinnamon and this is still gonna be delicious. So we'll add that in and give it a little stir. And honestly, it's mostly gonna float on top, but the idea here is that we're just gonna infuse the flavor of those spices into our apple juice. We're going to add the lid on and turn that on low and leave that for about 4 hours. So admittingly, 4 hours to leave this simmer does seem like a pretty long time, but the idea is you set this up in the morning, you go about your day, and then a few hours later, you'll have a nice spiced cider ready to go. So definitely an option to do it on the stove. If you wanna do it on the stove, you can have it at a low simmer for about 20 minutes, and that would yield the same results. I wish you guys could smell how apple cinnamony my house smells right now, but we have been sitting for about 4 hours, whoops, and I'm just gonna take my little handheld whisk and mix everything together just to kind of combine everything. And what, I said 4 hours? No, that's not true. It's only been like an hour and a half, and like, it's hot, so I'm gonna call it and say it's drinkable. If you want the flavors to infuse more, you could definitely let it go for longer. And then the next drink that we're going to be making is a apple pie spice latte, and you can use this with regular coffee, but I'm doing a latte since I have my espresso machine. So we're gonna start with about 6 to 8 ounces of plant milk heated up, 2 shots of espresso, an 1/8 of a teaspoon or less of the apple pie spice, a little bit of sugar and maple syrup to sweeten if you desire. Mix that all together, give it a little bit of a froth, and you have a delicious autumnal latte. You could always use pumpkin spice, but this is an apple video after all. And then our next recipe, we are making an apple pie smoothie, and we are going to peel our apple for this just so we don't have a lot of chunks in here. I'm using my little blender, but I would recommend using a high-speed blender if you use an actual apple. We're gonna do 8 ounces of plant milk, a scoop of protein powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon or apple pie spice, about 1/2 cup of diced apple, a tablespoon of almond butter, and an optional 1/2 teaspoon of maca powder. We're gonna add this all into our blender and blitz it up until it's nice and combined. We're also gonna do 1/3 of a banana just to add a little bit of cream creaminess. And you can also do applesauce if you don't have actual apples. That would be a great substitute in that. I would recommend it being unsweetened though in that case, so it's not too overwhelming. And then I topped this with some apple spice granola, which stay tuned for next week's video for the recipe for this granola. All right, my friends, that is a wrap for today's apple-inspired beverage recipe. I let my cider cool down for a little bit, and I'm gonna have this and just sit on the couch, hang out with the dogs. It's a really cool day today. It's like 40, like all of a sudden. It was like 86 a couple days ago, so weather's crazy this time of year anyway, but I'm gonna enjoy this apple cider, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments section below if you have any other apple-inspired drink recipes. I do have a few alcoholic apple recipes too. Like I have an apple sangria and an apple margarita, which we might have to have like an after dark video. After dark meaning like boozy apple drinks. So let me know if you're interested in seeing those recipes, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for tuning in and making it to the end. Again, let me know in the comments section below what your favorite recipe was. Yeah, we don't have outtakes here, I guess, so we'll see you in the next one. Bye!